Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Friday, February 12th, 2021. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief. Happy Valentine's Day to all the lovebirds out there, 2 days early. Governor Hogan took to the airways again yesterday afternoon with a COVID-19 update. He lamented the lack of vaccines for Maryland, but lauded the state's preparation to administer them if we get them. He has launched a program to provide 1 million tests for public and non-public schools statewide, lifted the visitation restrictions on hospitals and nursing homes, is going to meet with President Biden today in the Oval Office, will open up a mass vaccination site at M&T Bank Stadium, just 2 blocks away from the other one at the Convention Center. He has plans for more mass vaccination sites in Western and Southern Maryland, as well as the Eastern Shore, and will be providing a 4-week look ahead for vaccines to local health departments. Hopefully, we are slowly getting out of this. Yesterday morning, County Executive Pittman was at the health department and said nothing for 8.5 minutes as bells rang out. That's 500 seconds and 1 second to remember each of the lives lost to COVID in the county. In brief, somber remarks, he said that they were infected against their will because we as a community, country, and world failed to stop the spread of this virus. Just over 34,000 county residents have been infected and 501 have died. In some encouraging news, yesterday there were no new deaths from the virus, and that's the first time that's happened since January 3rd. Over in the State House, the House of Delegates has overridden another Hogan veto. This time it is on the hastily crafted tax on digital advertising services. So when you see that Google ad or Facebook ad or Twitter ad, those services will now be paying a tax to Maryland, and the legislature estimates it to be a $250 million per year revenue source. However, the opinion from Attorney General Frosch says there is risk that it will be successfully challenged and found to be unconstitutional. However, like the blueprint on Maryland's future, which is the Kirwin bill, this also needs the state Senate to sign off on it before it becomes law. That's expected a little bit later on today. Stay tuned. And finally, Sunday is Valentine's Day. Go get your sweetie some flowers from the Gateway Florist today or tomorrow and tell Amanda that we sent you, and hopefully she won't throw you out. Some sweets from Sweetheart Patisserie would be very nice, and a romantical drive-in movie on Saturday night at the Annapolis Town Center. They are showing Casablanca at 5:30 and La La Land at 8:30, and there are a very few tickets left. If this is for you, visit atc.com will be the place to score your ticket. Again, visit atc.com. All right, that does wrap up the news for us today. As always, thank you for listening. And if you are somewhere where you can leave us a rating or a review, please do that. And make sure you let your friends, family, and colleagues know about us. It really does help. A quick thank you to the sponsors for today's daily news brief, Solar Energy Services up in Millersville, to the Kristi Neidhardt Team of Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company, and to Brian over at the Duckpin Podcast. And it is Friday, so I will simply say have a great weekend, have a great Valentine's Day, be safe, wash your hands, and I will see you on Monday. As we have every day, George Young is here with your locally forecast winter weather report. He's coming up in about 60 seconds, but first, you know the drill. Here's Rick Peters from Solar Energy Services.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, Nothing else can make me feel so fine.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMD VA weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMD VA weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMD VA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Friday, February 12th. A little light snow fell last night into early morning hours of today across the Annapolis region and beyond into southern Anne Arundel County, with the second part of a storm that first brought snow late Wednesday into Thursday morning, and the area now will likely see 3 more storm chances in the next 7 days starting tomorrow. Look for cloudy and cold conditions today with highs around 32 degrees. Followed by tomorrow with the next potential winter storm, which currently has a winter storm watch in effect for Anne Arundel County for Saturday p.m. into Sunday a.m. for a little additional snowfall of maybe up to 1 or 2 inches at the most, combined with sleet and freezing rain. And it is the freezing rain that could be substantial enough, maybe up to a 1/4 inch of ice accretion on surfaces, which could cause power outages, down tree limbs, and very hazardous conditions on all road and walking surfaces before conditions then improve for the rest of Sunday with temps in the 30s. Looking ahead, 2 additional winter storms are expected to hit the area next week with more snow, sleet, and freezing rain, 1 early week and 1 late week, so stay tuned for updates on that as we move through the weekend. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMD VA Weather. Make it a great weekend out there. Stay healthy and be safe, especially with potentially icy conditions this weekend. And be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching DCMD VA Weather in the Apple or Google App Stores. And also be sure to follow us on Facebook and Twitter. And use our website each day by visiting DCMDVAweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Another moving moment from Kristi Neidhardt of the Kristi Neidhardt Team from Northrop Realty, a Long and Foster company.
Life is a series of moves, from new beginnings to new opportunities to a new place to call home. Hi, I'm Kristi Neidhardt, and as your goals and dreams change, my team and I will be there with you and for you, making buying or selling a home an easy, safe process. Whether you are looking to relocate, downsize, or find the home of your dreams, you can trust the Kristi Neidhardt Team with our years of expertise to find exactly what you are looking for.
That's another moving minute from Kristi Neidhardt. To get in touch, call 410-295-6579 or visit kn-team.com. That's kn-team.com.
Hi there, this is Brian Griffiths inviting you to listen to my podcast, the Duckpin Podcast. Some weeks on the Duckpin Podcast, I talk with those making a difference in the world, whether it be in politics, finance, journalism, business, or sports. I'm getting inside the worlds of those people making things happen. Some weeks I'll give you my take on the world, with the political analysis you've always expected. Either way, each week you'll learn something on the Duckpin Podcast. Subscribe today on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast. And you can learn more at our home base, theduckpin.com.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.